What's up, y'all? I'm about to give you guys my quick fight week breakdown and prediction of David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. It's happening tonight, and hopefully I catch up with it, man, because I got a whole busy schedule today. Yeah, either ways, let's get to it. Without going too much into their recent fights and past fights, I'm just going to go straight for the prediction and the breakdown, of course. Um, I personally think that the first rounds are going to be a lot more of a technical match. I think David is going to try to be on Demetrius Andrade's level, and I'm thinking that he's going to fall for the mistake that everybody has been saying about Demetrius Andrade. And I don't understand why they make this comparison. I don't know where it comes from because they think he's a slick boxer, but not all slick boxers. Like I said before, not all southpaws fight the same, just like how all slick boxers don't really fight the same way. And when you make that comparison between Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade, there's a whole lot of fallacies in it because of Caleb Plant's stamina and because of the footwork that Demetrius Andrade utilizes. And obviously, aside from the stances, of course, I think Demetrius Andrade is a lot more fluid as a fighter compared to a Caleb Plant. And that's going to be a big problem going into this fight if David Benavidez comes in with that mentality. And David Benavidez, I would insist that he use the jab against Demetrius Andrade because Demetrius Andrade is going to be jabbing at him as well. And that jab of Demetrius Andrade, if he's not being met back with a jab from David Benavidez, that's going to be a big problem throughout the entire matchup. And I think David Benavidez needs to focus more so on definitely keeping Demetrius Andrade at a certain range, you know what I mean? A lot more stationary, which I think Demetrius Andrade won't be. Even though he's a lot older, he's a lot more heavier, definitely, since moving up from 154, 160, 168. And the level of competition, even though he hasn't acclimated that well, my impression is that he's going to be boxing David Benavidez in a very intelligent fight. And David, I think, is definitely going to be trying to outsmart Demetrius Andrade because of that win over Caleb Plant. And that's a big mistake. Like I said before, man, I can't emphasize enough on why you shouldn't do this, man. This is a very poor game plan if he is going to be approaching Andrade, in that type of circumstance. So I'm thinking that that's how the early rounds are going to go. And the second half of the fight is definitely going to be interesting, man. We're going to see how Demetrius Andrade copes with age because he's a lot older. He's from a different era and generation than David Benavidez. And it's going to be... I'm very curious to understand how he's going to be able to manage that weight at 168 with a step up in competition, It's not like his last fight or the last two fights that he's had. He's actually facing a serious opponent this time. And I think Demetrius Andrade is going to be boxing David Benavidez the whole fight. And I personally think he's going to win on points. Unanimous decision. And David Benavidez is going to have a hard time not letting that jab go. And he hasn't been doing that, especially in the Caleb Plant fight when he should have been doing it. So I don't really count on that either. So I'm thinking that Demetrius Andrade is going to win because of that. And also the footwork, man, because David Benavidez is very stationary, man. He kind of fights in a similar fashion to his brother, Jose Benavidez. But obviously he does a lot more, David. But in terms of the footwork, man, that's where the two brothers lacking, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to win the fight for Demetrius Andrade. His southpaw jab and also punch variation, of course, man. I can't emphasize enough that doesn't always count on power. It always counts on punch variation as well. So we'll see what happens, man. But I got Demetrius Andrade on points. I had to make this very quick, man, because I'm gonna be busy all day, and I'm not sure like if I'm gonna be able to make it to the fight or not. And when I say make it to the fight, I mean watch the fight. I'm not bad. But anyways, let me know what y'all think. Who do you got winning this fight? Are you picking David? Are you picking Demetrius? So let me know in the comment section. I'm out. Peace.